I'm a real player. You can put me on the roster. All about my cheese, I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, 9 hooks, take a fine on the roster. Say I hit her up, might as well not be fire like a chopper, burn like a predator. Screens in the rain, get me like the weather. Third rim of cup, can't go without my medicine. So fresh, like a big bag of peppers. Where is the letter? All these know the suckers. You know the money talk, you can ask Chris Tucker. I'm a country boy.
You can ask Chris Tucker. Welcome to Side Action.
It's my favorite.
Episode 9 of Season 8. My name is Jim Weglars, a.k.a. Wegs. You can follow me at Wegspo on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to check out the TikTok as well.
Yeah, the TikTok's there.
There it is. It's out there.
I'm neglecting my child.
And the YouTube. Yeah.
The YouTube is there. I mean, people like it. Trust me, they like it a lot better, you know. But it's just I gotta take some time to make some reels. Just short little snippets.
Oh, trust me.
Video.
I feel you.
I'm just I don't know what's happening lately. I'm just Captain Busy a lot. Captain Fun.
Yeah, fun time.
Maybe I'll do it tonight. But I want to get out in big city. So anyway, what happened this weekend for you? Did you? Obviously, you got bowling. You've been working. You're working a lot?
We're working. We went to Rockford on Saturday for Ice Hogs opening night. That was
fun.
that?
How were the Ice Hogs?
They won in overtime. So,
yeah,
I was gonna say. So that was cool. It's a nice arena. It's a smaller arena. It's like 6,000 people, but it is really nice. They had like a pregame, like, I don't know, block party, if you will. They're like food trucks that we stayed in line for some tacos that were good, and they were giving out shirts with the schedule on them, but yeah, no, good time. First time, we'll go back, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, it was really nice. But other than that, yeah, just work and bowling. So
bowling.
Yeah.
So how's the bowling going?
Oh, I'm terrible right now. I can't hit the fucking broadside of a barn. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That means you're like bowling like a 176, like normal people.
Yeah, I think I went like 180, 190, 230 last night. Yeah. I don't know how I get so frustrated. Yeah. I just want to win that break the bank, man. It's like $13,000 right now. That'd be so cool.
Oh, wow. So when do they set the handicaps from last year, or did it take several weeks to set your handicap?
3 weeks, but you do start with your quote unquote book average, which was last year's average.
Which, yeah, you were killing it last year, so that's okay.
Yeah, I suck right now. It's not going well. We're bowling okay as a team, but I am not bowling well right now.
You're sandbagging.
Not even. I need to be doing a little bit worse to be doing that. That's the problem. I'm not bowling bad enough to be sandbagging, but I'm not bowling as well as I'd like to. So I'm stuck in that like proverbial middle.
All right, bro. You'll get there. Yeah. You can get the groove. You just gotta. Maybe it's the ball. You use different.
I'm just gonna get a whole new. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a whole new set of them.
Yeah. You'll get there.
That'll solve all my problems.
I honestly, last weekend there was so much going on. I can't even remember. Like it was because we went to Chinatown and we went to Nine Bar and we went to. I took the guys to Money Gun and then, typical me, like out again, having fun and whatever. Date, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
There's a girl I'm dating. We went to the bar on Sunday to watch football.
Wow. What a date.
Dude. Oh yeah. Well, that's the real ones. Those are the real ones. Can you sit in the bar with me for 4 or 5 hours and not
not want to kill yourself? Yeah.
So yeah, but it was good. I went to Four Shells. I haven't been there in a while. Good to see some of the guys.
Hell yeah. And
then this whole week been in Philly, and as I told you before the podcast, it's like basically a drink-a-thon. How many drinks can you do? Can you drink? I only have one car bomb. The car bomb is like a standard, especially last night during the karaoke night, which, as you can hear my raspy voice, I sang 6 songs, including.
You're singing Ray Charles, yeah.
No, I was singing the Right Side, which is like screaming into a microphone. Whatever.
Yeah. I love this rendition that you're giving. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So now I'm in Philly tonight. I got a property tours tomorrow. I mean, like. I'll go out tonight because it's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful night. So, and I did golf. I look, dude, I don't know why I waited to do some golf at the end of the fall season. I am crushing the ball right now. I don't know what's happening.
I was now getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, it was funny. It was like the last hole. I'm like, I'm just going to try to be my best Dalton Cooper impression. I think I went about 265 ish.
Oh yeah,
that's one of my better drives because I was hitting it so solid with this driver, and I'm like, you know what? Let me try to put a little into it, and there you go.
Nice. It's all in the hips.
Not 300. Well, I got them hips, but
yeah. Right. Deadpool hitter, this guy.
Well, honestly, the first 2 drives off the tee, I dead pulled them into the trees because I'm usually a fade guy. I mean, I'm a fade, and I just crushed it. I'm like, oh my God, if I straighten that out, then the next one, fade's coming, boom, again. I'm like, okay, that one was playable. Finally starting to straighten out. But anyway,
nice.
So let's go into the shed.
Oh yeah.
You've got some. I love that you brought some hockey into this. So tell me, who are taking to the shed?
Well, the first team up for bid. Have you heard the Rangers' new goal song yet?
No, I have not.
No, well, it's because nobody has. Wegs. They are the first team in NHL history to be shut out in 3 consecutive home games to start the season. They're continuing to break all the wrong records, Wegsy. It's not looking good. They have been shut out. They're 2-3 on the season. They've won both games on the road, and they come home and get shut out. So no one knows what the goal song is anymore. It's kind of sad.
It's really sad. Come on.
So in the shed. And then this man has had a hell of a week. James Franklin. Wow. I don't know if, and I haven't been around that long. 30 years is not long enough to say long, but I can't remember a 3-game fall greater than the one we just witnessed with James Franklin and Penn State.
Right.
They are they should have gone for 2 against Oregon, honestly, because that game was literally their whole season. Because they're like, yeah, we're going to be before the season, we're going to be national champions, blah blah blah. And as soon as you say that, you fuck yourself, because once you lose one game, your team quit, and there it is. So, yeah. Sorry, James Franklin, tough week. We'll see you later. You're in the shed, pal.
Look, I know what Drew Aller got hurt, right? That hurts their chances. But
yeah, but that was their third, or that was I guess that was UCLA game, yeah.
Yeah, but how do you lose to the 0-4 UCLA and then they come home? They've lost Northwestern, right?
Yep, 22-21.
And that is one of the worst Northwestern teams I've seen in years, and they still lose. So Jimmy Franklin, figure out a way to get in the shed, take some ayahuasca, whatever you need to do.
Next job for him is calling the game, or he's going to be in a booth somewhere on television. Yeah,
Big Ten Network is calling his name, exactly. So
probably.
It's sort of a team one for me on this one, even though it's really a person, but I kind of blame the institution of the Tennessee Titans. You fired Brian Callahan. You should have, 2 weeks ago. He made the cut somehow because he got that miracle win a couple weeks ago. But what I would say is you had Mike Vrabel, dude. I understand that he may have graded on the management occasionally, but he's one of those guys who's super solid. Even in a down year, he's going to make his guys play. And obviously they fired Callahan and they get to play the Patriots this week. So we'll see how it goes. So Titans, get in the shed. We'll see if you actually give a game effort with the dead cat bounce, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then the Bills. I got to put the Bills in the shed. Now, granted, I picked this game. It was one of our picks. I made a little cheddar cheese on it. But are the Bills even contenders now? I mean, this team,
no,
they're not good.
They can't stop the run.
They can't stop the run.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah. I think Bijan Robinson just got another first down. We just went past.
And the Dolphins were running the ball. Literally, the only reason why the Dolphins lost the Bills is because they stopped running the ball and they let Tua start throwing it, which was silly. But yeah, they cannot. Yeah, they can't stop the run. They haven't been able to stop the run in 2 years. It's insane.
It's that defense, and I always say this to people: Sean McDermott was a defensive coordinator. His defenses have sucked for years. I mean, at some point you got to say, hey, maybe he's not the guy. But
the funny thing is they continue to disguise at the highest rate in the NFL, and yet teams are just like, we don't give a shit. We're going to run the ball down your throat because you can't stop it. I don't care what you disguise.
We know you're not going to be there. To stop it, so.
They're too small. They have to make some trades. They got to make some moves. If they don't get a little bit bigger on the defensive side of the ball, they are going to be in big trouble. Yeah,
I'm sure Cleveland could call hey, Cleveland, they're selling away some assets. Maybe you can get one of those great defensive linemen. Even they probably wouldn't give
maybe. No.
All right, let's go. I'll go first in Club Dub, the champs, whatever. I don't know do we have him on last week? Rico Dowdle? Was he on last week's?
No, he should have been.
Had him on last week, but guess what? Doesn't matter. He killed it again this week. I don't want to misquote it, but he's only started for 2 games, This is all in 2 games, but he's rushed for 472 yards, and he hasn't been the starter but for 2 weeks. This dude, I heard the stat that in his 2 games, he has more all-purpose yards than Saquon Barkley does on the season. That's pretty crazy. And
he has the second or the highest yards from scrimmage in Carolina Panthers history and like the 4th highest in these 2 games. It's crazy.
And obviously the stat too was he had the most all-purpose yards against a former team or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's 4th in the league in rushing, by the way, like overall. And he's only played
Yeah, he's 5th. I put it incorrectly. He's 5th, but he's only by 4 yards or something. He's
okay.
Like 472 to 476. He's dominating. So Rico, get on in there. We're going to play the Rico Suave song for you.
Nice.
You can go to Art Murphy's Pleasure Dome and see what happens. Too bad you missed Angel Reese last week. But I'm sure she left something there for you.
Nice.
The second person, another running back, my bias here, Bijan Robinson. This dude's awesome. We knew he was great coming in, and I know it's almost impossible for running back to win an MVP, but besides my Baker Mayfield, who has my heart, I think Bijan, he definitely Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, right now, the guy is awesome if Rico doesn't keep his tear up.
Okay.
But I just think that he really is an MVP for his squad. I mean, obviously, it's not Penix, who's fine.
Right.
Bijan is just an incredible player.
Yeah. He's best back in the NFL. No question.
There you go.
No question.
Who you got going in?
Yeah. Kurt Signetti, first man up. He is in Club Dub. Obviously, IU gets the big win, which we did tell you on this podcast last week that they could go in and win in Oregon. But he also gets an 8-year, $93 million extension with Indiana today. So pretty cool. I mean, $93 million, I'd take it. Yeah, not too bad.
He can spend that buys a lot of cheddar cheese down in Bloomington.
I'm not sure how he's gonna be able to feed his kids with that salary, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. And then Jake Moody, he was on Uncle Kyle Shanahan's shit list for probably 2.5 years, 2 years at least, and then finally gets his chance with the Bears, makes 4 field goals. Obviously, he did have one blocked, so it wasn't a perfect night, but I mean, you couldn't dream it up any better if you're Jake Moody. So he's definitely in Club Dub this week.
Did you see that little meme where it showed, like, I think it was Urlacher and the running back from the Giants, my guy?
Oh, Justin Tuck, yeah.
No, not Tuck. No, not Tuck. Who's the running back? My guy, the Giants running back right now, the rookie.
Scattaboo. Oh, Scattaboo.
They put him together up top, and it made Jake Moody.
Really? I think I did see this. Yeah, I think I did see that. Now that you mentioned it, it was on Twitter.
Urlacher and Scattaboo, a kid would be Jake Moody. But
nice.
But anyway, yeah, he's awesome, dude. He played great. It was funny. Did you watch the game after the game? Interviewing the guys are like, "Hey, what do you think about Jake Moody?" He's like, "I just met him on the field. Met him right over there."
He still had his helmet on during the post-game press conference, by the way. That's what I thought was really funny. He's on the field, Jake Moody getting interviewed with his helmet still on. I'm like, this guy's locked in. He's so locked in.
Interviewed. He's never been interviewed in his life. He doesn't know what to say. He's like, do I take this off? Do I leave this on? All right, let's go to college football. Week 7 recap. You had a good week overall, and
finally,
I know you had to go to your own little, whatever. You went to an igloo somewhere. You kind of figured things out.
Yeah.
So Bama, this was a hell of a game. Bama, Missouri. They did end up winning this game, 27-24, and it just stay under the total, but. Man, it was a tough game. Bama was up, but Missouri made that push, but they did hold them off at the end. I like how Missouri played in this ball game. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah. Now, if you took that Missouri first half, that was a winner because they were 14-14 at halftime. So
that's right.
No, good game. Missouri might be a sleeper team, but they got to prove it to me. They could still sneak their way back in.
They've let us down before in the past. Yeah. And then Ohio State, this was a tough one for Illini, but I will say that I think that Illini scored 16. That's the most they've given up on the season in terms of Ohio State's defense. And I mean, is Ohio State now an under team because they just never give up any points?
Probably, yeah. I honestly thought about that because I think their over under was 41.5 this week. So I think you might be onto something. Yeah, like that defense is going to be. I think the only way to beat Ohio State is because they don't run the ball particularly well. So you have to really make them one dimensional, and then you're going to have to figure out how to score against that defense. But I think it can be done. It's going to take an NFL game to where you play keep away and limit the possessions.
Right. You got to make them. You got to chop up that clock so somebody can run the football. So again, they won 34-16. I didn't say that.
They play at Wisconsin this week, by the way. Over under is 41.5. So they're not anticipating.
I think under the Wisconsin team total would be the play there.
Honestly,
it would be rough. You called this one. Texas played great. They suffocated the Sooners. It was their defense that won this game. You may say, Manning must have had a good game. Not really. It was a defensive battle, and it was a punt return, kind of an illegal block in the back that they missed. But Mateer did play in this one, and he had 3 interceptions. Honestly, he looked terrible. I don't know.
He shouldn't have came back. He came back too early from that injury.
He was like a deer in headlights out there, just chucking, like throwing it off his back foot, just flipping it up there, and it was ugly. So Texas took care of business, won 23-6. Maybe this is when they make their run. No.
Yeah, the season's still in front of Texas. I mean, they're going to have to win out. But, yeah, they only have 1 loss in the SEC, which does help them.
There you go. You talked about the Hoosiers already. They're in your club dub. They were great. And they also – it was on defense. I mean, they obviously outgained the Ducks, but it was the 2 turnovers, and Dante Moore couldn't do anything. I wrote down here 5.5 yards per completion in this game. And, Indiana won 30-20. So,
and they came back from that pick 6. Indiana throws that pick 6. You think most teams would crumble in that spot, and they answered right. They had like a 75-yard drive right after that, right down the field. So
the QB is really good.
The Hoosiers are for real.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. So
they're going to be 12-0 here in just a second. They're going to be playing in the Big Ten championship game probably.
Right. They avoid Ohio State until the championship game. So. Let's talk about week 8. We've got LSU at Vandy. Vandy's a 2.5-point favorite. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That is correct.
11 a.m. Central. This is 48.5-point total. Vandy, we saw, was frisky in the first half against Alabama. LSU, we know Brian Kelly sometimes doesn't bring it to play, but do you think Vandy could do it again at home?
Yeah, I like the under in this game. That's about the only thing that I really like. I don't like the number, but I do like the under.
There you go. Okay. Then SEC, we got a lot of SEC games this time. Ole Miss, who's 5th ranked now, at Georgia, 9th ranked. So this is a Titan battle. Georgia's 7.5-point favorite, 54.5-point total. That's 2:30 p.m. Central on Saturday. I don't know if I've looked at your picks or not, but Ole Miss, I mean, they're not getting any love in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Ole Miss.
Okay.
I don't trust them. They almost got beat last week by Washington State in a classic look-ahead spot. So, and they're going to Georgia. Yeah, no thanks. I'm taking the Dogs. The Dogs are really good in Sanford.
Okay, I got you. I mean, it was a definite look-ahead spot with that Washington State. We should have picked them up. USC is going to Notre Dame. I know my friend Erica is going to be there, pumping up the boosters there. But Notre Dame, 9.5-point favorites at home, 61.5-point total. This is at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Can USC do something in this game? It looks like they, obviously all Notre Dame and a huge total. Obviously, Notre Dame's defense isn't that great. So you think they can keep it close?
Yeah, I do. Their season is on the line. And I think when because it's basically an elimination game. The loser of this game is not going to make the CFP. So that, I think that alone tells me that it's going to be a closer game than what most people expect. I like the over in this game a lot too. I would check the weather though. I would kind of keep my eye on that. I think it's going to really dictate kind of the play here. But I mean, USC can run the ball well. Notre Dame can run the ball well. So I can see a lot of points here.
Okay, there you go. We also have Tennessee at Alabama. As we said, Alabama's turned the corner, playing much better. 8.5-point favorites in this one, 59-point total. This is also at 6:30 p.m. Central. We saw, obviously, Tennessee almost beat Georgia early in the season. Can they get a shocker here in Tuscaloosa?
I don't know. I like the under in this game. I think this is going to be the game that we were supposed to get with Georgia and Tennessee. I think this is going to be the under game because that over-under, if I remember correctly, was like somewhere in the mid-40s. And this one's all the way up to 59, and I feel like they're very similar teams, Alabama and Georgia. Alabama's probably got a little bit better quarterback play, but yeah, I like the under in this game.
Okay.
I think 59 is way. You could tease it down to 50. I think you're going to get like a 24-13 kind of game. I think.
I like it. Last one, a little bit of love to the Big 12. We got Utah, who you called last week, at BYU this time. I love how this got shrunk down. It does that.
It's 3.5.
3.5, not 3/5. So 3.5 point favorites for Utah at BYU. It is an in-state rivalry game. 49.5 point total. This is at 7 p.m. Central. Can the Utes keep it going since they're not at home, even though it's still at night?
I believe so. I mean, BYU's got a notorious history of being bad in the back half of their seasons, and they're 6-0 right now. So I just think this is about the time where BYU starts to kind of pack it in. I mean, they barely beat Arizona last week. They beat them by 5. They kind of played with their food with West Virginia. So I think this might be the spot where you see BYU stub their toe.
Right.
It's at night too. So
at night, we know Utah plays better at night. Those guys are frisky.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll run through your picks. Obviously, you had a great week last week. Went 4-1, so good bounce back. Michigan was the only miss.
Yeah.
So let's give the people what they want. Give them more.
So we're going USC plus 9.5. We're gonna take Baylor plus 2.5 over TCU at TCU. We're gonna take Tulane minus 9.5 against Army. We're gonna take UNLV. They are actually 12.5. They're plus 12.5 against Boise State. And that's at Boise State. And then I'm going to take Texas minus 12.5 at Kentucky.
There you go.
I think Texas keeps continuing. I think UK is not going to score against Texas. I think the defense is too good. So
they're turning the corner, making things happen.
Yeah.
Okay, like it. Well, NFL week 6, we had dogs. Dogs are coming back again. It was like they had a good week, but they didn't win outright as much as they did the week before. So they were 8-7, but 4 non-covers. So there were favorites did win the game. So it wasn't a big survivor week like the week before. But obviously, if you bet on the dogs, you did well this week. Unders came in at 9-6, so just dominated. Some of the games I'm going to highlight, we had Broncos. Boy, I only put it on there because we need to get rid of these international games. I know they're never going to do it. Never going to listen to Jimmy Wags because in the end, that product sucks. And I mean, hopefully you didn't get up for this one, Coop, because it was a tough one.
I did. Don't worry. I definitely did. Oh, yeah.
Well, we had picked Denver minus the 7, so it was just a brutal one to watch. They ended up winning 13-11.
I called this game, by the way.
Yeah, you did. But
it's going to be ugly.
And they're going to win eventually.
Yeah.
82 yards of offense for the Jets in this one. 82.
They had negative 10. Yeah, negative 10 net passing yards because Justin Field got sacked 9 times. So yeah, pretty good.
Really frigging bad. And Broncos, congratulations. You beat a very bad team. And I don't know what to say. Aaron Glenn, I know it's early. I don't think he's a good coach. I'm just putting it out there. I didn't think he was a good defensive coordinator, and he's got the wrong defensive coordinator in Wilkes, but as we talked about last week, but this was a bad display.
I'm glad you're going out on a limb for that. Yeah. It's good. That's a nice hot take.
Super hot take. Colts, I said they flirted with disaster. They just flirted with disaster. They were just like, hey, we don't really want to win this game. Jacoby Brissett's here. We didn't say Jacoby Brissett revenge game. Did he play for the Colts at one point?
Yeah. I didn't know he was playing until I think maybe Friday or Saturday. I think we'd recorded already.
And then the line shot up for him, right? So it was like, I mean, I think they finished at 8.5 point favorites in this game, being the Colts, and obviously they didn't cover that number. It was just one of those games where I felt, even though I'm not in Survivor anymore, if you pick the Colts, you really got a lucky break because it was just back and forth. And in the end, they're 5-1. Good job, Colts. Their best starts in 2009 when they went 14-0 with Peyton Manning. So they did get it done. But if you're going to give up 400 yards to Jacoby Brissett and an undermanned Cardinals team, you're going to start losing some football games.
This is the most points the Colts have scored in 6 games in franchise history, by the way.
Wow, with Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
in the annals there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Carolina 3-0 at home, baby. I know you didn't like this pick. I loved it. I love the Panthers at home. They are my team. But they outscored Dallas. It was just a win at the gun. Let's just good old-fashioned shootout. I love Dak Prescott chucking the ball. Pickens had a good game, but in the end, we talked about Dowdle, man. These guys just play different. I think their run defense is better than it was last year. They stopped on the run a little better than they did last year.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, yeah, you could definitely tell in this game that Dallas is having much more success throwing the ball than running it. So, yeah, I mean, Rico Dowdle, come on. When you have a guy that has 200 all-purpose yards back-to-back games and you're not winning those games, I would ask you what's wrong.
Right. He probably won't be able to do that the rest of the season. Probably not. Other game I highlighted was Chargers back in the win column against. I know you've been Dolph out all season, but they played hard. They were down 26-13, roared back to take the lead with a Waller touchdown late, but then gave up the field goal at the end. But they did cover the number if you bet them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a tough one. I was kind of like, well, that's
They're
good
week late
on the season, but I don't know what to say.
I still think that when my hot take of the week is that when the Dolphins fire Mike McDaniel, the Eagles should hire him immediately to make him their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So I think there'd be a match made in heaven.
There you go. And it could happen soon. He'll be a consultant or something.
Exactly.
We kind of already touched on the other games because I updated this prior to the Monday night games, but obviously the Bears got a crazy win. The Moody, you talked about him.
Bears.
The nice fumble, like in the middle of the game's it's easily done. Washington's going to win. Oh, wait. Daniels just drops the ball.
Yeah. And nobody in America hates Caleb Williams more than Troy Buck. Or more than Troy Aikman, excuse me. I just put Joe Buck and Troy Aikman together. But yeah, Troy Aikman apparently hates Caleb Williams. It's all I heard about on ESPN radio the last couple of days.
So did you get any backstory on that or just –
Well, he was just – apparently they was very critical of Caleb while he was calling the game. I don't know if you were listening to it or not. But, yeah, it was I don't know. I think it's soft. I think they're just reaching for something that's not there. But, yeah, they won. They won 2 games back-to-back. They had no business winning. We've seen them lose that game so many times. And the Raiders game, we've seen them lose that game so many times as well. So
let's go.
It's growth. It's progress.
Ben Johnson, coach.
We're going to learn a lot this week. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it's week 7, right? 6. It's week 7. All right, week 7, we've got the Bills who have to think about, in the shed, they have to think about themselves and getting better. And the Ravens, who also lost again to the Rams. They played good in the first half and just couldn't get it done. So those teams are off. Tonight we have Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Cincinnati put up a little fight in that game against the Pack and actually had a chance there. They are 5.5-point. This is incorrect, right?
I was going to say, how are they favorites?
They're 5.5-point dogs in this game tonight, which is 7:15. I guess 7:20. Yeah, 7:15 Central Time. 45-point total. Look, I'm happy Aaron Rodgers.
Joe Flacco.
What's that?
Can I interest you in some Joe Flacco?
I love Joe Flacco. I love him. I love Flacco. I think Cincinnati's live tonight. 5.5.
Ooh.
I think they can. I'm not sure they're going to win this football game, but I don't think the Steelers are a great football team. They're 4-1. The record says what you are, but I think they've won a lot of interesting games. They dominated last week against we saw the worst spot ever for Cleveland. So I kind of like that 5.5-point number. I mean, I take the Bengals in this one.
The only thing that scares me is that the Steelers have an amazing track record against the Bengals in Cincinnati. A lot of the games that Cincinnati wins just so happen to usually win in Pittsburgh. They haven't been very successful against Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, all the way back to the Big Ben days. So
as long as they cover the number, I don't really care.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. I would probably lean Cincinnati. I think it's just a bad number. If it got down to like the 4 range, I think I would maybe start entertaining it more. But yeah, I just think about the number here. Yeah. Trey Hendrickson is not going to play though, which means Aaron Rodgers is going to have probably the most time he's had all season to throw the football.
It's very true. So you like the over?
I definitely like the over. Yeah.
There you go. Leading you
Pittsburgh could score 45 by themselves.
I think that's possible. Definitely. And Joe Flacco, he's going to chuck it. Huck and chuck. Okay. Sunday, guess what? Another international game. Good God. Can we stop the pain? But guess what? The London Jags are back. They are back. The Jags are hosting in London. They're playing the Rams. Good football team. Rams did not fly back west. Thank God. They stayed in. I think I heard they stayed. They were practicing out by Baltimore somewhere. And then
Camden Yards, probably. Yeah.
Camden Yards. That's right. So Rams are a 3-point favorite. It's not really a road or it's a neutral game, but it's kind of a home game for the Jags. 44.5-point total. This is 8:30 in the morning Central Time. I don't know, dude. I like the Rams in general, but the London Jags, they always win these stupid games. So it's Jags or pass here. I would definitely take the points in the Jags, even though I do think the Rams are a better football team.
I would take the under, and I'd take the Rams. I think this defensive line is going to give Trevor Lawrence some problems, and I don't think they handle pressure well, and I think I think the Jags might be on a free fall. I think you got to watch them because they play the Rams this week, and then I believe they have another tougher game next week as well. So they go Rams, and then they have the Raiders, but then they have Texans, Chargers, Cardinals, Colts. So, and I think the Texans are a little bit friskier than what we've been giving them credit. I think people have been sleeping on them a little bit. So, yeah, I think the Jags might be in a free fall. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still skeptical.
I hope they are. I'm just it's really the handicap is pretty much the London Jags. It has nothing to do with the way they're playing. They lost last week, and I knew that they would lose last week. They shouldn't, won that game. Against the Chiefs, they came back. But last week they were exposed. They got beat by a better football team. So I'm not here. This is not a numerical thing. The Rams are a better football team. But I just, the Jags in London. I always get one of those games. They usually play 2 a year. All right, let's go to the game where I'm going to be at the game. I'm going to be at the Bears game, baby.
Oh, nice.
See it. Bears are hosting New Orleans. 4.5-point favorites in this contest. This number was up to like 5.5 early in the week, so somebody's betting on New Orleans. 46.5-point total. This is noon at Central. I love the Bears in Survivor this week. If you're still alive in Survivor, I do like this one for the Bears because you're not going to use them again this year probably. Don't know about 4.5. A little bit big, but it's probably Bears or pass here.
Yeah, this is the week that we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn if this is actually a for real football team because this is definitely the team this is the game you got to win if you're going to be a good team. So, it's a Bears or pass. You got to go in vibes high and hope the vibes remain high. Because if not, it's going to be the same shit, different year. Like it's going to be the city's going to turn so fast if we lose to the Saints. It's going to be bad.
Taysom Hill sighting last week too.
Oh yeah, look out for him.
For the Saints. He's survived like 3 different, offensive regimes, and he's still being used the same way. So, good for him. Next game is Carolina at the Jets. Carolina is a 1.5-point favorite, 42-point total. Look, the Jets are garbage. They're hot garbage. I know. They're going to win a game. Just, I'm not saying to bet money line every week, but come on, dude. I love Dowdle. I love that, but I can't. The numbers tell me to take Carolina, but they're not at home. And the Jets are going to win a game at some point. So it's Jets or pass for me.
Yep, which means Carolina's going to win. Damn. I was hoping you were on Carolina bandwagon.
Well, I am generally. They are 3-3, by the way. That's got to be the first time they're over 500 in years. But I don't know if they should be favored in a road game yet. They played so badly on the road this year,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is about. They can play defense better at home, and they run the ball like crazy. Jets defense isn't awesome, but they're not completely terrible. So Jets are pass. They're not in my top 5. All right, let's do the next one. Miami at Cleveland. Ooh, this is a great game. This is like the AFC Championship game right here. Cleveland, 2.5-point favorite. Get that. Favorite at home. 37.5-point total. I agree with the number. I think Cleveland should be favored in this game, but you got to be nuts to take them in this contest. I mean, it's not quite November, December for Miami to kind of roll up the tents and not play good. So Miami still has a little fight in them. So I don't know. It's a stay away from me.
I don't know. 60 and rainy is the weather forecast and windy. So, yeah, I don't know.
You like Cleveland?
Yeah, I don't think Miami can stop the run, and Judkins is really good. So Dylan Gabriel's not going to have to – all he's going to do is not turn the ball over. He hasn't really done that much in his first 2 starts anyway, which is great. That's all they just play field position. Myles Garrett makes a play because Tua will throw an interception, and the Browns will go home happy. They haven't scored more than 17 points in like 2 years. So, I don't know. That's the other thing, too. They're going to have to score more than 17 to beat Miami, I think.
I know.
We'll see.
I know. Look, again, I think Cleveland's probably, the side here. It's just, do you feel good about them laying points against anybody? And I think
this is the week they get over 17. That's what I'd say. I would bet over Browns team total.
I want them to beat Miami because that is direct line. I need the Jets to win, and I need Cleveland to win to keep my Miami fewest wins ticket alive. All right, let's get to another fantastic matchup. The Raiders at Kansas City in the 12 o'clock window. Kansas City, 11.5-point favorites, 45.5-point total. Oh, man. I mean, look, KC's back. I do think they're back. Full disclosure, I already bet them for the Super Bowl. I had to do it. The number's just going to go lower. So I got 9. I think I got 9-1. I had to do it. They're playing good offense, this team. Their defense is good. So I don't know about 11.5 points good. So I can't do 11.5 like in good consciousness, like in a contest pick. But if you have to pick the game, I guess it's Chiefs or pass. That's a big number, though.
Yeah, and a division rival too. This is a stay away game. But Rashid Rice is coming back, so maybe they put up points just to like show everybody that we're back, kind of situation. But yeah, I'd stay away. Division rival, I'm good.
When do the Raiders go? So I guess the backup is Aiden O'Connell still there. Who's the backup there?
No, it's Kenny Pickett.
When do they go with Pickett? I mean, Geno's not playing well. I'm just going to see him throw another 3 interceptions. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, you might as well. What do they have to lose? They're trying to get a good draft pick.
I guess so.
He beat the Titans.
Remember the Titans. He beat them.
Yeah.
He wasn't good against the Titans either, though. He had some picks again. Okay. But yeah, I agree. It's not a great pick. So now we've got Philly at Minnesota. Minnesota coming off the bye. They are 1.5-point dogs at home against Philly, 43.5-point total. So not really a rest advantage for Philly, even though they had, the Thursday game. They were kind of embarrassed, I guess, up in the Giants. So I can understand a bounce back. I'm going to believe it when I see it here. I will still stick. I know it's not like I'm out on a limb on this one. I think Minnesota should get those points, and they're gonna cover this number. So until Philly shows me something, I'm going to bet against them.
I think this is the week they'll show you something. I like the Eagles here. Minnesota hasn't been good against the run either, and I think now's the time they'll get back to the run, and hopefully, they'll put everything back together the way they're supposed to be playing football. Them being the Eagles, but yeah, I like the Eagles this week. I think this is their Saints week where they'll figure it out.
Is McCarthy starting this week? Do we know this?
As far as I know, it's still Carson Wentz.
Okay. Carson Wentz revenge game 2.0.
Ooh, I guess it could be. Yeah. Wow, that'd be a hell of a. That's a good angle, Wegsy.
I know.
That's
I like it. Angle. This is a game.
JJ McCarthy is listed as questionable.
He probably won't play. So Minnesota, look, I get that I'm going to put in my top. I think it's a tough week actually to make picks, but what I would say is this is a great tease game. I would tease this up to 7.5 for Minnesota at home. That seems like a great teaser leg to me. All right, let's go to the next game. New England at Tennessee. The Vrabel Bowl but there's a dead cat bounce. For those that don't know what that means, when you have a new coach that, somebody gets fired, interim coach, usually the team plays better immediately because everybody's scared they're going to get fired on the team. So, but New England is 7-point favorites on the road at Tennessee, 42.5-point total. When I look at this game, I know New England's going to win this football game. I'm 95% sure anyway, but it scares me being that big of a favorite on the road with the dead cat bounce situation. So it's Tennessee or pass here. I understand if you want to do Survivor with New England. I probably, if they would have kept Callahan, I'd have been all for it. Lay the wood. I'm not feeling great because I think Tennessee's going to play one of their better games this week.
I don't know. The Patriots are 3-0 on the road this year.
That's true.
And I think Vrabel's got them situated. I think this might be one of the better. I think they've figured out their defense a little bit faster than what we anticipated because they did have 6 new starters.
Yep.
Drake May's really good. I think Vrabel wants this one a lot. Yeah, this one's going to mean a lot.
Christian Gonzalez, yeah. With Christian Gonzalez, that defense is much more legit, like we said last week. No, I don't fault you for it. It's one of those.
I'm going to keep riding that wave, baby. I'll keep riding.
Let's go.
Let's ride.
MVP. Yeah. But Vrabel for, Coach of the Year is live, especially to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
All right, in the 3 o'clock window, you got the Giants at Denver. Denver's a 7-point favorite at home, 40.5-point total, really low total. They didn't take a bye coming back from London, but at least they get to play at home. Obviously, the Giants have kind of extended rest here, so there's a rest advantage for sure for the Giants. I just feel like they're going to have a little bit of a letdown after the big win last week. They have been running pretty effectively, but Denver's defense is now playing the way we expected them at the beginning of the year. I like Denver laying the wood here.
Yeah, I love Denver. This is my play of the week. This is my 401k pick of the week. Yeah. Yes. I just think, especially I think Sean Payton's going to have a good week coaching because they barely won, which means he gets to coach them like an asshole. He gets to coach them nice and hard this week and make sure they're on their shit, on their P's and Q's.
They were terrible.
And I think they'll come out with their hair on fire. I think if they're the team that we think they are, they will come out with their hair on fire and they'll put this game away early.
Yeah. Do you like the Denver team total over? Because they're going to score more than 13 this week. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. No, I definitely would. Yeah. I don't know what it's at right now, but yeah, I would take the over.
Yeah, the thing about last week, there was a little bit with the Jets, they're not great, but I do think the sauce locked down Cortland Sutton quite a bit. So if you like props, I think Sutton over this week is a way to go to. All right, Indy at the Chargers. This is a pretty good matchup. We haven't gotten a lot of them so far. Indy at the Chargers. Chargers are 1.5-point favorites, 48.5-point total. They've been a little bit beat up, but they did come through and they look great early against Miami. Let them get back in the back door there. Colts.
Nice.
Colts. I don't know. It's like the Colts they've got to have the luckiest schedule on earth, right? I mean, they've already played in SoFi, first of all. Secondly, you've got a Chargers team that's banged up. They could definitely win this football game, but I don't like the Colts in the game. So it's Chargers or pass, but it's not.
Damn. We kind of quit agreeing on stuff. Because that means that you definitely need to take the Colts. Yeah, I was going to say, I like the Chargers this week. I do. I just think there's too many things pointing at the Colts to win this game. And if this were in Indy, I'd probably go Colts. But yeah, this is all the way across the country. I'm going to go Chargers. I think Justin Herbert will make a play and they'll figure out a way to win.
Yeah, and I think the Colts have still not played the Broncos are a good defense. But in week 2 or whenever they played, they were not the defense they are today. It's a totally different animal. They haven't played good defenses yet, and I think the Chargers are pretty good. So let's see it. Hopefully they can get through on that. Green Bay is at Arizona. Green Bay is a 6.5-point favorite, 45-point total. This is at 3:25 p.m. Central. Look, Green Bay did what they needed to do to win the game. They didn't actually cover against the Browns. I think that they're going to get some tape on Jacoby. They're going to play better than friggin' Colts on the Bengals. I'm sorry. They're going to play better than they did against the Colts. So I don't mind you laying the wood there, but it's just not on my top.
Yeah, I'm going with it. I'm going to ride the wave. I think Micah Parsons can create some pressure. I think the defense is starting to get their stuff together. I think they're going to impose their will this game. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And goddamn Cardinals, man, they can't keep losing. Remember they were 2-0? I know they played some shit, but now they lost
3 straight games at the gun. Yeah.
3 straight games at the gun, they lost again. So I think it's 4 straight losses, right? 2 and 4.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to lose there. Okay, Washington at Dallas. This is actually a pretty fair matchup. Washington,
game of the week.
1.5-point favorite, 54.5-point total. Washington's defense is not good. So Dallas and Washington should be a shootout. Of course, if that's like a public mindset, you probably should bet the under in that situation, but I don't see it. I'm going to go over with Dallas plays, and Washington's D sucks. So
nice.
I think I like Dallas here, plus 1.5.
CeeDee Lamb is back too.
Yeah. Go.
And man, that Bears offensive line has never looked so good against any defensive front. But they were clearing holes for DeAndre Swift against Washington, and Javonte Williams has been running well this year. And so I anticipate the Cowboys being able to do the same thing.
They couldn't stop Swift. Once he got like in the second level, they could not. It was like he was slippery or something.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I think Dallas is the play here. Like I said, they get CeeDee Lamb back. George Pickens has been amazing. Like Jake Ferguson's been really good. Like, yeah, literally the only thing bad about the Cowboys is their defense. Like, that's it.
This may end up in the top 5 in the end because they didn't have enough time to get it. All right, the Sunday night game, you've got Atlanta at San Francisco. San Francisco's a 1.5-point favorite at home, 47-point total at 7:20 p.m. Central. I'm not saying San Francisco because they're at home. I understand why they're favored. They're not as good as Atlanta right now. I think Atlanta's a good football team. Their defense is playing at a very high level, and obviously we know what Bijan can do. You lost Fred Warner for the season. You don't have Bosa. It's Atlanta all the way here. This is my number one pick of the week.
Do you know that every game Atlanta has lost this season has been on grass?
Ooh, they're better on the turf, huh?
They lost
Right.
at Tampa Bay. Or they lost. I guess that was at home against Tampa Bay. So they got beat by Tampa Bay at home, but then they lost to the Panthers in Carolina. But
They didn't show up.
yeah, I don't know. Every other game they've played has been literally inside because they went at Minnesota. They played the Commanders at home and they played the Bills at home. So
Yeah.
they haven't played outside very frequently. And I don't know. I know Bijan's gonna be really good. I just don't know if I trust Michael Penix yet. He hasn't had to do much. You know what I mean? So,
No.
And I just think Kyle Shanahan is a much better offensive mind than Sean McDermott, and they will figure out a way to move the ball against Atlanta.
No, I think you're right offensively. I just defensively, I don't see them stopping them. But I hear what you're saying.
Robert Saleh will figure it out. You know,
Robert Saleh.
I think it's harder to adjust losing Fred Warner in game as opposed to going into a brand new game and having a week to prepare.
That's
so.
True.
I think that'll make their defense look a little bit better. But, yeah, I mean, they are banged up. I could definitely see why you would think the other way around. I think the coaching.
Mac Jones still starting?
As far as we know, yes. It'll probably be announced tomorrow who's going to start.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, 2 Monday Night Football games again. Instead, not staggered. There's one after the other. You have a 6 p.m. Central start with Tampa Bay at Detroit. I know why they did it this way. I think this is the better football game, but Detroit's a 5.5-point favorite at home, 52.5-point total. Man, the Tampa not getting any love here. I'm a little confused by it, frankly. I know that Detroit, what happened was the Chiefs did what they're supposed to do. You know, they kind of slowed down the run and they got ahead of them. Tampa, we know it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors, but a good football team. 5.5 is way too many. The back door is too open. So I'm Tampa all the way on this game.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why. I think I'd bet the over in this game and just leave it alone because Deion Branch is not going to play. I think Baker's probably going to throw for 300 yards. They're going to have at least 2 deep ball touchdowns in that game, 2 freebies because you're going to get a safety that doesn't play very frequently and is definitely not nearly as good as Deion Branch. So I would just take the over in that game, and it's going to come down to if the Bucs can stop the run or not. Basically,
it's Vita Vea. Can they block Vita Vea? Not granted.
And they're playing indoors. Detroit is so much better indoors.
We know this about Atlanta. Detroit at home, indoors, indoors in general, but at home, they are a train.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, we'll see. I think this is obviously like a playoff matchup. These guys are going to play each other in the playoffs at some point. I'd love to see it. So, and in years past, I know you shouldn't look at that, but in years past, Tampa always keeps it close in this team. Especially with Baker at the helm. All right, so Houston at Seattle last game, 9 p.m. Central. So it's a late one. You got to stay up late if you want to watch it on the East Coast. Seattle's a 3-point favorite at home, 41-point total. I hate that we're on the same sides here. Houston coming off the bye. Seattle's a good football team, and
Seattle's bad at home. It doesn't make any sense.
I know they are, but it's look, Houston's defense. You know what they can do. Seattle's not as good defensively as I think people think, and so I love Houston in this one too.
I think I saw a stat where McDonald is like 11-1 on the road in his career, but I think he's like 4-8 or 4-9 at home. Like it's insane. Like it makes no sense. Like Seattle used to be like the hardest place to play in the NFL when they had the Legion of Boom like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I think Houston's turning the corner. I think they're figuring it out. I think their defense is going to find a way to influence this game, and they're going to leave I think this game is going to be won by the Houston defense. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think this is an under game. This screams under game to me. And that's what I just think Houston is on the up and up. I think Indy's I would put a future right now on Houston to win the AFC South.
Whoa! Somebody didn't do that 2 weeks ago. Plus 7-1. I was 7-1 like 2 weeks ago. I told you this. You laughed at me on the podcast.
Yeah. I still think
300-1 or plus 300 and plus 700. I did back to back. I am on that train. I am with you, pal. I hope I'm
okay. Which means it's going south real quick now.
Exactly.
That was, by the way, my 201 pick K of the week. That was my second. That was my second favorite pick.
Was your Roth IRA? Your IRA rollover pick of the week or something?
Yeah, my 200.5 K pick of the week.
Yeah, we'll just throw a little political. It's your JB Pritzker pick of the week. Is gambling.
Nice. There you
Did you
go.
see
Yeah.
that?
No, I
1.4
didn't.
million. Oh, he released his taxable income was like 10.4 million or 10.6 million
Nice.
or something. 1.4 of it came from gambling winnings.
Oh, wow. Nice.
You know, that wasn't released by Trump, Anyway,
Jeez.
blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go political on the pot. But anyway, hey, you're doing great. 17-3 on the season. Go run through your picks for,
Yeah, 17-13. We're going Jets plus 1.5. I think they get their first win this week. We are going Denver -7, Green Bay -6.5, Houston +3, San Fran -1.5.
There you go. I am not doing great, but 13-20, but I'm edging in. I like Atlanta plus 1.5, so we're opposite there. That's right. Yeah, we're opposite there. We are on the same side with Denver and as well as Houston. I've got Minnesota plus 1.5 and Tampa plus 5.5. So I probably might flip that. I'm kind of leaning like maybe Dallas is going to replace one of these pretty easily, the Dallas plus 1.5, but not yet. So very tame week in Survivor. The little tidbit is I have a coworker his name's Scott Cooper. He's a great guy. He lives in California and LA. He also does the Survivor contest every year, and he's out there the same weekend. I'm like, dude, next year let's hang out. He's got one entry left out of 7, so he's still.
Oh, wow.
And as Art is still alive as well, so good job, Art and Alistair. There were only 228 knockouts this week. 21.09% of the field is left, so about 4,400 entries. Still a long way to go, but they're still alive. In the picks contest, leaders 24-6, good but not great, to be honest with you. 20-10 to make the top 100, which is the payouts. We are quite a bit down from that.
Damn, I'd be pretty close to that payout right now.
You would be. Yeah,
yeah.
You're doing pretty good. We went 3-2 last week. We did better, a little bounce back, 13-17, 3,300th place. But we'll get there. It's the system. Use the index to make your picks. So, anyway, what do you got going this weekend?
Yeah, we're heading to Ohio this weekend. We're back Sunday, so see the fam for a little bit because Thanksgiving is going to be a little different this year. So,
okay, you won't be done there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we're heading down to see everybody, and that's about all we got on the docket.
Nice.
Yep.
Full weekend, bro.
Of course.
Little double date tomorrow, Magic Lounge.
Wow, there it is. Nice.
Full disclosure, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not going to go super political, but I am going to the protest rally. No King's Day on Saturday at noon. If it's still happening. So I'm doing that.
Bring an umbrella.
Yeah, I will. Have a little date in the afternoon, a little walking date. We'll see how that goes. If it's raining
at the protest, that'd be fun.
Yeah, just after.
Oh, just after. Okay.
You might go to the protest. I don't know. And then I'm seeing the Bald Bros. Have you heard of these guys? These African American dudes. They're called the Bald Bros. One guy's from Chicago. He's awesome. And so anyway, they're at the Chicago Theater. I'm going to go with Isaac Montes. Isaac, the Velvet Hands. We're going to get some dinner before and check that out after, and then Sunday Bears game. So
nice.
Hey, what else are you going to do? Sit in your house?
There it is. I got to get out living. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Gotta live. All right. Follow us at Side Action Pod on X, Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Follow me at Wexpo on X and on Instagram. Don't forget about TikTok.
And you can follow me at Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Goes. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. We wish you a happy weekend of betting.
We do, and don't forget about the YouTube. You can see our
That's right, YouTube, TikTok, everything that you can like and subscribe to. You just do it. Just do it.
Right.
There it is. All right, love you guys.